Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the XCL Thursday broadcast. Of course, we did take a little bit of a break so I can get some stuff to eat, some snacks, some drinks, and of course, we're getting ready to go for the Open Series here in the GT3 cars. So we're just going to get into the lobby real quick, and then we will be underway for practice, which I do believe is already underway. So yes, we are a little bit late, but who cares about that? Well, people do, but like, you know. As there we go, we are in, as the green light is now on, as I'm going to get this set up properly. There we go, as we're going to look between the drivers who is further around the track and who is going to be battling for the lead. Of course, we are live once again, and we welcome you to XCL. So of course we have joined practice. We've got 8 minutes 49 seconds to go, as all the drivers are either in the pit lane or currently out on track, currently watching Ozera. As in fact, we will get, during practice, let's get this. Let's get that view up, shall we? Because it's what we love to see. As of course he is currently sat in P2 with no times being set on the board. Around here at Brands Hatch, of course, being surrounded by so much greenery. We've got a 10-minute practice session, 15-minute qualifying session, and then we will go in to the 30-minute Grand Prix around this circuit. If you are new here, my name is Zalexi. I am from the north of England, and we welcome you to the XCL series. Of course, in-game time is currently looks to be about 3 PM, whereas in real life time it is currently 2 minutes past 10 in the evening. We welcome you here as we're watching Ozera. He is currently on his opening lap around this beautiful circuit, which in fact, it doesn't deserve this camera angle. It deserves this camera angle, because that's just the way that the GT series works. Beautiful cars, beautiful angles, as I believe we have a near enough, yeah, we have nearly 40 drivers, just over 30, nearly 40 drivers in this session. So of course, everything is looking to get underway here. And D-Trickle, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a fantastic evening. How did the race go earlier today on your end? Hopefully it was a bit more interesting than mine was. Bit of a bore fest, to be honest, but honestly, it's commentary. I love doing it. I'll watch whatever I want to watch, as we're still watching Ozera, who is currently on his lap still, currently going through the later ends of the Brands Hatch circuit, of course being located in the East Midlands of England, or as many will call it, the United Kingdom, which it is a separate country to the United Kingdom for anybody who does not understand that, as Ozera will come across the line. He has actually invalidated that lap. But the man on pole is Steve is awake, who in fact is awake at this time in the evening. Of course, that being a very nice looking car. It, of course, being the good old McLaren. No, wrong one. Being the good old BMW, currently being 5th in the leaderboard with times being set. Alpi, who was of course last night's race winner in the Rookie Series, he will look to impress once again. As Sabre in the McLaren, I believe he is a new face to me, and so are most of these drivers. Of course, this being the first time I'm doing commentary not on the Rookie Series. And just with over 5 minutes of go, and just over a few seconds over 5 minutes to go in free practice, we of course are looking to see what these drivers can do. As let's go and watch somebody who has not set a lap time. What about Derek's? What can Derek's do? he is going to come across the line. I do not believe he has actually set a lap time there, so we'll wait and see what they can do as we go around this beautiful Brands Hatch circuit. 4 minutes 50 seconds left in this practice session. Number 98 on the Porsche, of course, being a very suitable car for this circuit, in my own opinion. Number 16 looking ready and raring to go in that black and lime green, of course being a silver classified car. As currently, we'll look at this, current fastest time around here is a 1 minute 24.085, second being just under two tenths behind, and then person in third being just under 3 tenths behind. So everything being nice and close together. You'll love to see it. As Natsu Tomez is currently sat P18 without staying a lap, as actually Pat Winner, who we saw earlier today in the Rookie Series, currently goes up to P18, as Natsumetz in the McLaren 720S is going to come around the final corner behind another McLaren 720S. So a lot of McLarens here, as we're going to come round the final corner and head down the hill and then up the hill as we go down into the finish line, as he will go up to P14 here in qualifying. What about Derek's? Derek's goes up the grid, if I can find him. He goes up to P2, being less than a tenth behind the leader. Somewhat what you'll love to see. And then Glow Stakes. What about this person? Of course, having the Sky livery. Yeah, I personally hate Sky, but you know, I'm a talk person, because honestly, I'm on commentary. Sorry, I just had to speak to my younger brother for a little bit there. As we're going to get back into it, Glow Stakes still going around the track, looking to do what they can here in the open races. You actually see two people going side by side as Glow Stakes actually goes and cuts the corner. I believe that will be an invalidation for that man. As we now got Glow Stakes, we'll go to somebody else, shall we? What about this man? I am not going to try to pronounce that, because I know I will botch it and I will get cancelled on Twitter. But he's currently sat P27. Another man who I'm also very familiar with, seeing me watching his third race now, is Keelosaurus in the Bulbasaurus arse looking car. Who doesn't love to see it? But we'll go back to the man in the Ferrari who we were watching. Number 298 on the car. What can he do here in this practice session, heading into the further back parts of the track as you head into the greenery? You want to keep it nice and clean, because there's lots of grass around you, and we all know what happens if you dip it down in the grass. You go spinala, and that is not something that you'll want to do. Nice and simple looking car for Man. I'm just gonna call him Man, because yep, I do not feel like butchering it. As Man is going to come around the penultimate corner, and then he's going to have a bit of a straight to go down to the final corner, which is a long right-hander. As actually he's got a Porsche right behind him. You can see it right there in the sky blue. The Ferrari of Man going to come round the final corner, keeping it nice and wide, opening up the steering, going to go to the line with 1 minute 10 seconds left in the practice, and he might have invalidated that, so we're going to go and look at someone else. What about Dash? I believe he was in the Rookie Series earlier today. He is currently P31 with no qualifying time, with no lap time set at the moment, but he might be going to set one right now as he comes around the final corner. A long right-hander, keeping it nice and tight. Open up the steering on the exit. Have a race to the line. Dash will come across the line. Doesn't start a lap time. He's probably starting a lap time. So what we'll do, we'll stick with him for the rest of this lap. We'll see what he can do, as we have 36 seconds until the checkered flag falls here in the practice session at Brands Hatch. Brands Hatch, Dash, pretty nice for rhyming. Gonna get used to it, as Dash seeming to have a bit of a rear end slip right there, so we will move away from him and we will go to Man, who is currently in the pit lane, but the game does not want to show him. Okay, that's fun. As you know what, we'll go back up top, as Alpi, actually, Rookie Series driver, is currently sat in P1 with a 1 minute 23.7. So it's going to be quite interesting as actually he comes into the pit lane and teleports there as practice will come to the end as checker flag falls. We saw this man just behind the Ferrari earlier. He's now on screen now. Bandolo is currently sat P6 in practice, being being just below 5 tenths behind the leader. As actually he is tied with BMW in the BMW, as they are both currently sat P6 and 7 respectively, however setting the exact same lap time, meaning that when it comes to qualifying, that is going to be quite interesting to watch, as Badalo is going to come around the penultimate corner, go along this straight, try to carry as much speed as he can into the final corner around this beautiful track of Brands Hatch, which I personally prefer to Silverstone. He's going to come across the line. What time is he going to set? Is he going to improve? No, he won't. He checker flag falls. He crosses the line. He stays P6. As what about Louis Vasquez? He goes up to P8. What about Baz? Baz is in the pits. And that is everything over and done with in practice with Alpi on pole. And we will have to wait and see what is going to happen here in qualifying, of course, being 15 minutes long, as because it's qualifying, we want to get a nice, good old camera angle. As, yeah, you know what? We'll go on board with the drivers here in qualifying, as who is currently furthest around the track? It is BMW, so we'll see what BMW can do in his BMW, as nope, he has a rear end slip. Ozora is going to take the advantage. You see the BMW fall back in the rear view mirror. Love the rush at the start of qualifying. Yeah, you just see everybody just going out on track. You just see all the drivers just filing out the pit boxes and trying to see what they can do. Which, honestly, who doesn't love it? Let's be honest. Honestly, nothing is better than seeing a synchronized exit by all drivers. Nobody can beat it. Nobody can beat it. It's that simple. As Ozora is now behind, who is in front of him? It is Air Fresh. Not always the case though. Yeah, fair. It depends on the track, to be fair. As Air Fresh is going to come round, and he is going to be the first one to go onto a qualifying lap. So we'll have to wait and see what he can do, as I finally figured out how to change these map things. So that makes my life 10 times easier. As he comes across the line now, and the qualifying lap will start, of course. I am going to expect turn 1 carnage round here, and many people going into that gravel trap. But another good overtaking opportunity is down into this corner and this hairpin right here. You could dive it up the inside, or you could try it around the outside. Either way, still got a pretty good chance of an overtake. 13 minutes, 10 seconds left in this qualifying session. As you head into the left-hander, and then you do another, and then you go round and you do another left. See that track right there on the right-hand side? That's your Indy course. It's a bit shorter, but that one doesn't take you into the greenery. But this one absolutely does, and it's bloody lovely. Who doesn't, honestly, who doesn't love a track surrounded by greenery? Although there is safety hazards. Nürburgring Nordschleife. Nürburgring Nordschleife. But, you know, it's still beautiful. Who doesn't love a beautiful track? Driver in the car. Looks like he does. Honestly, I think that's because they might be on controller. Like, that does happen when you're on controller. It does look like your character's having a bit of a seizure. As we enter the final corner, you can see the timing on the dashboard. 1 minute 16.7. He's going to come round and he's going to go to the line. What's the lap time going to be? It's going to be a 1:23.4. That's your time to be. Just over a tenth behind would be Ozora. Then over a second would be Kai, BMW, and Steve is alive. Who's going to be next across the line? We'll go on board with Derek's in the Porsche. We're going to keep an eye. Iron Pyron goes up to P7. And nobody seems to be fouling. Steve is awake up to P6, I believe. Kai has actually gone up to P4. Derek's goes up to P9. It's a Porsche 1-2-3 right now. As Pat Winner is the only non-Xbox player in here. Yeah, honestly, that's why I don't race on ACC, because it's just so bad on, it's just so hard on controller. As who are we on board with? We're on board with Carl Charles. He will go P28 right now. Comes across the line. He will not set a lap time. Who else is going to be coming across the line? What about this man right here, Nen? Nen, what can Nen do? Nen. Anyway, Nen. 9. As he goes up to P13. Unlucky 13, but lucky for some. As it's still a Porsche 1, 2, 3. Anybody who is tuning in right now, thank you very much for tuning in, as it is currently very late in the evening, 10:15 to be exact. So we do thank you for tuning in, as actually we see Nen actually has a major mess up on the exit of the corner, and he goes into the barrier. Unlucky for him as he teleports to the pit lane. Sabre, what can Sabre do? Currently 2 seconds behind the leader, trying to improve their lap time. What can they do on this lap? We'll have to wait and see. As it comes down to it, is there anybody else further around the track? We'll have to wait and see. As actually, Juvenile seems to be letting people pass. What about this other Porsche actually? It's a Porsche 123 right now. Can we get a Porsche 1234 for MRT Peacozzo? As actually, it is honestly Alpi impressing here, because he's a rookie and he is currently sat P4 in an open race. Props to that man right there. As Falakak is currently P30, yet to set a lap time. Juvenile's yet to set a lap time, and MRT is currently sat P32, the slowest of the lot, but no lap time set right now. Luis Vasquez seems to be coming out the pit lane now to go and set his lap time, and we'll have to wait and see what MRT can do. As I'm just going to shut up and let you guys enjoy this. Engine. And what a beautiful sounding engine that is, as MRT goes up into the top 10. As actually Alpi, while we've been looking away, has gone and improved himself up to the front row. The noise in the 6th ruins it. Fair. As we'll have a look at who else is on track right now. Paxona's in the pits. Luis Vasquez, why not? We've currently got a Porsche 134 as Luis Vasquez seems to be warming up his tyres, and he will now get set to go racing around this circuit to set up a beautiful start into the race with 8 minutes left to go in the qualifying. Lots of drivers out on track. We've got to see who will be the one to take advantage. Headed down into turn 1 downhill, very easy to lose the rear end. Has something happened further up the grid? Has something happened up top? No, it has not. Currently a Porsche 1345, and it's followed by 3 Ferraris and another Porsche. So it's majority Porsche and Ferrari in the top 10. As actually Luis Vasquez also in the Porsche. We'll have to wait and see what he can do with his lap time, as he goes kind of wide, but here's the apex still. As I'm going to shut up and enjoy the sound for you guys as well, mainly because I need to get a drink. So he's now going to come to the line. Luis Vasquez, what can he do? Goes and sets a lap time for P16, being 1.538 behind the leader. Who else hasn't set a lap time? What about this man right here? The man in the Ferrari in the car 299, What can he do? Can he do the Scuderia proud? 1 minute 28, 1 minute 29. Doesn't look like it's going to be a good lap time across the line. It doesn't actually set it, so he invalidated during that lap somewhere. The McLaren are still in the pit lane as... What the heck is that logo? That is a nice sounding carvo. As we will go and look, as Alpi, I just realised, is less than a tenth off the leader. What about Aresh? What can Aresh do as he's going to come through the hairpin at the start of the lap? What about Alpi? Whereabouts is he? He's just ahead of the leader, trying to improve on his lap time. What could the difference be between these two drivers? Can one... It's the Ryota Lamborghini. Thank you very much for that information, and it is greatly appreciated. As we're going to look to get a few more drivers coming around this corner right here, entering the back section of the track, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely lovely. As apologies for the yawn, it is currently late for me, but I am a commentator and I do commentary. It's that simple. As RP decides to pull it into the pit lane. What about these guys? Who is further around the track right now? We'll go on board with Badalo. What can Badalo do? 1 minute and 1 minute 5 seconds entering the penultimate corner. I have no idea why I changed the accent, but I do change the accent, and I have no idea why. As coming around the final corner, what can he do? It's going to be a good old, looking to be a 1 minute 21 maybe. No, not 1 minute 21. Goes across the line. He's only good enough for P5, as we got just below 5 minutes left in this qualifying session. So all drivers looking to take advantage. As you know what, for the last 5 minutes, what we'll do is we will change the camera. We'll go off board for the last 5 minutes, shall we? Thank you very much for that full-on information. That is greatly appreciated. As Alpi now back on track, Derek's up to is in P3. I believe Ozar just got up to P4, but he might have just swapped places with one of the other drivers. Badalo currently P5, Doug Paul currently P6. Honestly, this is the thing about just me sitting in my bed doing this, because I could just do that. Like, honestly, if you guys saw my setup for commentary, it'll just be like, yeah, no wonder you like doing it. That is cozy. Like, literally, I'll just sit in my bed doing it. It's funny. But I'm trying to go pro one day, so we'll have to wait and see. As Doug Paws, we're currently watching him. He looks to be on a slower lap. So we'll go on to, not that man, because he's in the pits. He's in the pits. Kai. What can Kai do? Oh. Yeah, that makes my life. Yeah, that makes my life 10 times easier. As also, anybody want to like create a team for commentary? Create like a commentary racing team, because that'll be funny. Like I can make y'all a livery if you want. Like, it's funny. Like not an official team, but like, you know, like a livery. I'm just trying to find things to talk about in qualifying, as we've still got 2 minutes to go. As things will start to heat up, as who is currently coming to the end of the lap. What about Poxona? He is currently still in the pit lane, and looks like he will not be coming out in this session. Man is currently off the track. Hushed Webb also raced in the Rookie Series earlier today, once again broadcasted by me. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it after this stream. You're welcome. Currently in the McLaren 720S, number 21 on the car. 3.8 seconds off the leader. What's he going to do? What's he going to do to improve as he comes around the penultimate corner? And it's going to be quite interesting to see if the driver in the McLaren can improve. And no, he cannot. Commentary curse. Commentator's curse. I had to read chat, that's why I shut up. Commentator's curse in full swing in qualifying. And the front of that car is wrecked. Somebody clip that, somebody clip that, somebody clip that. That's actually glow sticks. Oh! What the hell happened there? Glow sticks going off, loses control, other GT comes in and hits him. We're getting some quite good incidents in qualifying. And yes, I know I sound very bunged up. It's because it is negative degrees right now for me. And I'm a Brit, and I am not used to it. As Kai does not go into the gravel, so does not go for a spinala. And we'll head around the hairpin and see what he can do, as we have just under a minute left in this qualifying session to see where the drivers will line up in the actual race. Of course, double file rolling start here in the XCL GT3 series around here at Brands Hatch. It's gonna be absolutely lovely, and who doesn't love to see it, let's be honest. As he's gonna head now down the hill and then up the hill once more. Honestly, I really wish we had IndyCar in this game, and I'm gonna say it, Kunos, come on, come on Kunos, buy the F1 game, make it like ACC, and maybe we'll be happy. Or just like discontinue the F1 games and bring it to ACC. I know it's a GT game, but like, come on, it would be cool. As we see a car off in the gravel. Who was that? That was Nen. That was Nen. Nen going 9, and Kai is currently 5 tenths off the leader. It looked like he was going to go for a lap, but he pulls into the pit lane. Qualifying is now over, and we will have to wait and see what will happen for the rest of this. However, we still got a few drivers on track. Who we got? As actually, we got Steve is awake. He should be awake at this time, because bring back Taco Touring Car. Fair. As Steve is awake, finishes qualifying. Sat P18, Saber in the pit lane, Wilski currently in the pit lane. Who is not in the pit lane? 919 as he goes into the gravel. Fun. Who else is out on track right now? As actually, Aresh is up, giving us some good old drifting scenes here. Thank you very much, as he hits the barrier. Well done. So your qualifying top 20 goes like this. Aresh qualifies on pole position with Alpi, who is the who won the Rookie Series Monza Grand Prix. Will be lining up with him in P2. It's then Ozar, Derricks, Kai, Bandolo, Louis Vasquez, Doug's Port, Zaru, Baz rounds out the top 10. It's then Ricky, BMW, Bulbasaur, Slingshot, Juvenile, Iron Piron, MRT, Steve, Saber, and I believe... I can't read that from here. I hope they'll call that GT3R makes it to ACC. Fair enough. That is very fair enough, but like I just said, that is your top 20 here in qualifying. Quite a good race to go ahead, but one thing what must be taken into account is how tight this Brands Hatch circuit is. You've got a few good overtaking opportunities, but obviously not all of them are the best. The formation lap will be led by Aresh, and then towards the end, all drivers will have to go into double file, and they will have to get ready to go buggity buggity buddy buggity buggity. Okay, I can't do that because that's not my American thing. I'm a lights out and away we go person, and just so you guys don't get it during the race, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you after the break.
Seconds.
And ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you back after the break. Of course, one pit stop is going to be required here in the race to go for fuel as per the rules. But of course, the formation lap about to get underway, which we got the eye on the middle of the pack right now, trying to get everything ready and raring to go. Here you see Keelosaurus right there. Steve is awake just behind there, and we're currently just looking at the person sat in P16 so we can see the whole grid go past, hopefully. And I do apologise for having to do those ad breaks. It's just so we don't have them during the race, as I can only snooze it 3 times at 5-minute windows, which would mean which means there would still be a break during the race, as Iron Piron is currently being the man watched. As you see, all the drivers behind him currently make their way filing through. As you see the McLaren right there in the 2022 McLaren livery. Drivers go into wheel to wheel, side by side there momentarily, further on up the grid, as we got the camera. For some reason it won't let me return to the pit lane. I guess that happens on formation laps, as we're going to try. Yeah, there's Alpi. Wait, you know what? I'm going to sit up. I'm going to sit up, because then maybe my vocals won't be as scuffed. Ugh. As for some reason my thing decided to go glitchy doo-da. As Alpi currently P2, he is looking at that driver ahead of him. He wants to get that race win once again, just like he did in the Rookie Series last night at Monza. Of course, at XCL we have daily events. If you're just tuning in on Twitch, well, if you're just tuning in now and you're new to me, welcome to XCL. My name is Alexi. I am from the north of England. I am pretty sure I have a cold right now because it was negative this morning and I definitely did not wrap up warm enough. So it's probably my own fault for that, but you know, I'm still doing commentary even though I'm bunged up. So please do give me a leeway. As we're gonna look as these lads will start to go double file as they begin to head towards. Oh, Jamie Fellow with COVID. Sending praise your way, mate. Sending praise your way as we get ready. As we get ready in the commentary box. And the drivers get ready to wait for those green lights to go on here at Brands Hatch. Alpi in P2. Arish in P1. It's going to be quite interesting to see what will happen down into turn 1 as they wait for the green lights.
Green light.
And it is racing, and the green light is out and it's racing. Here we go into turn 1, where you've got to expect quite a bit of chaos as we're looking down the grid. Many drivers keeping it clean, few off the track actually, but most of the drivers keeping it clean. It's what you love to see. Oh, Jesus, I might have jinxed it. I might have jinxed it as many drivers going wheel to wheel, side by side as the driver gets spun around there. Slingshot takes advantage. He's gonna, I believe he's up to P3. He just, that's gonna be controversial. I believe he just spun around Bulbasaur as the game is trying to keep up with everything. Slingshot right there, looking to get past. Steve is awake. Wheel to wheel, side by side maybe. Heading down the hill, heading uphill. The car is still there, so he's got to give him the space. It's going to be quite interesting to see what happens. Bit of tyre banging as my throat is absolutely killing me. So I might have to go downstairs and grab a glass of water real quick. If it decides to calm down, just so my voice does not die on me, if that is all right with you guys, because I don't think anybody wants my voice dying on me. As Wilski next Saber, as we're going to look towards the front of the grid. Arish has just gone off into the distance. Alpi currently P2 still. Derek's Kai actually picks. Everybody's picking up fastest lap. Jesus Christ. as Eresh still leads this Grand Prix, as into the pit lane come several drivers, most likely to do with damage, as it will be, as I'm going to try keep up with it, but of course one pit stop is required for fuel, so I would, if I were them, I would definitely be taking advantage of that. As you see the Brands Hatch sign, absolutely lovely circuit. As Iron Piran has actually, we've got a battle happening in front. It looks like Luis Vasquez is looking to get a run on the BMW, and that Lambo in front is, no, not the Lambo, that Ferrari in front is looking to get, as Richie may be looking to get a run on that other Ferrari, as everything still trying to get past. As everyone's still trying to get past. I'm sorry, my throat is just like, my throat is just dying right now, so I might actually have to go get a drink. As actually, looks like, I believe that was, who was that? I'm going to try find him. Oh, gee, what the hell happened to man? Anybody else? Jeez, the condition of that Ferrari. What the hell has happened there? As Luis Vasquez looking to get a move done on the bit on BMW, in the BMW. He's going to look to the inside. He just duped him. Maybe around the outside, maybe down the inside. Into turn one they go. Downhill, bit of contact, and they both go off. Luis Vasquez gets the worst of it. BMW seeming to get away, bit more scot-free, as he has actually done all right to recover that. But Luis Vasquez seeming to get the worst end of that, as I believe it wasn't even him who was at fault. I believe that was BMW who was at fault after not leaving the space on the inside at turn one. Richie still trying to get past the drivers in front of him, but everything still trying to go all together. Pat Winner 0.4 seconds behind the driver in front, 1.7 seconds now, as Richie still trying to get past. As Richie still trying to get past, as everything seems to be calming down. Doug's roars still trying to get past, BMW still trying to get past. Everybody's trying to get past each other around this very tight circuit. Shaken Mankin trying to get past the driver in front of him, which would be MXS, which really, he might get a run on him here. He might get slipstream. He will get slipstream as MXS goes off track. He cut the corner, as Shaken will take advantage and gets a very nice and clean move done. As Nutmez, oh! Major collision there. Nutmez spinning him round. I believe that was that Glow Stakes who went off? I believe it was. As here we go, Nen and Steve awake, and Steve is awake trying to get past trying to go for a battle here into the hairpin. We've actually got a battle in front of him. Luis Vasquez again, I believe, almost getting overtaken by Slingshot. I'm just going to call him Slingshot because that's what I remember for that abbreviation. As actually right behind them is Net and Steve is awake. It looked like they were right next to each other, but turns out they were not. Slingshot still trying to get past Luis Vasquez, who is actually currently trying to get past Iron Pyron, who tried to get past BMW, but it actually didn't work. So Luis Vasquez, of course, losing a position after that collision in turn one, heading down the hill, heading up the hill. A lot of elevation change around here. It's not that high and it's not that low, but there is still quite a lot of elevation change. As actually behind them, Slingshot, I believe that is the two BMWs who were battling, almost losing their position to each other, but still keeping the results as they are. Iron Piran, as actually we see Dirt getting picked up. What has happened there? Was that Doug pause? I have no idea. But there we go, a 4-car train. It's what you love to see. A battle seems to be unfolding as Luis Vasquez has actually Slingshot, yeah. So we've got two Porsches, a BMW and a Mercedes. Get your predictions in chat as actually Slingshot pulls it into the pit lane to do his mandatory pit stop. As Luis Vasquez actually once again looking for a move up the inside maybe at turn one. Too far back though, can't get it done. But another chance he may get is down into the hairpin here at turn two. But nope, not happening. As Luis Vasquez just seeming to have zero luck with his overtakes this evening. Although I must say, that Porsche is looking very nice in that custom livery. Well, it's not custom, it's pre-designated by the game, but like, you know what I mean. nice choice of colours is a better way to say it, in my opinion. As Luis Vasquez, everything battling all over the place. Pat Winner, as we got the sky blue of Felica, who is just chilling right now. As Pat Winner, everybody's just chilling. Apart from Luis Vasquez, who is still trying to get past the car in front of him. As actually Richie maybe looking to get a move here on Baz as they're going to head down towards turn 1. Maybe the slipstream, I was going to say maybe DRS, but there's no DRS in GT cars. Richie looking to get a move done maybe down into turn 1, but nope, still too far back. As we now look to Luis Vasquez, who was actually, we moved back to him, he's just got the move done on Iron Pyron. Nice simple move, nice little pass. As we go back to Richie, who is still trying to get past. What about Iron Pyron? Can he look for a move to get past again maybe? He will not. What about BMW? He's driving away. What about Doug Paws? He's just chilling. Richie still trying to get past Baz. But what will it be and who will it be? Number 11 or the 297? As actually Richie has a bit of a mess up there. You don't have those in a race like that. As many drivers, as actually we've got a car off, number 53. I'm going to see if I can try find that. He seems to be in the barrier. He is not in the barrier, but it looks like he's gone into the barrier. He is off the side of the track in a very fast section of the race course. But in a very fast section of the racetrack, actually. So not the best day for him, as his car is just sat there stationary. As it looks like it is completely and utterly screwed. That is Pax owner's race over. As the Molik trying to get past, as we're going to try look to go back. Luis Vasquez now still ahead, and Iron Pyron trying to chase him down. Doesn't seem to have the pace though, as Doug Paws still ahead and just chilling. But one man, okay, we had somebody off, fair enough, and off goes Richie at turn 1. Not the best of times, not having the best time, as Baz now passed a lapped car actually. So it's going to be quite interesting as we are now 6 laps into this race at Brands Hatch. As we now approach this 20-minute mark in this race, I am going to leave you on board with... Actually, I am missing something here. Kai. I was going to say I was going to go get a drink. Kai's car is absolutely wrecked. He's not having a good time as Iron Pyron gets past him. As actually, has he got a broken wheel? Because the way he's driving, I believe he's got... I think that front left is absolutely wrecked. As, yeah, you can see the damage on that car all over the place. He is not having a great time. As Whisper Splats, thank you for the follow. Steve is awake, thank you for the follow. Bewareza, thank you for the follow. Schmidt, thank you for the follow. Dari Lema, thank you for the follow. Joanne, thanks for the follow. Pulse, thanks for the follow. Paige, thanks for the follow. Mobile M, thanks for the follow. One up top, thanks for the follow. I'm just going through who followed me within the last 24 hours. As Iron Pyron trying to enjoy his time, as Doug Paws will pull it into the pit lane, as he's going to do his mandatory pit stop. And Air Fresh is just having a great time as he is about to lap. I believe that is the man in the Sky Sports livery. Yep, it's Glow Stakes. Honestly, it's what a Sky Sports livery deserves. Don't take offence to that, guys. It's a joke. As actually loads of people came in. As lots of cars wrecked, actually. Jesus Christ. As actually we move here. That's a great battle right there. As Hushed Webb trying to get past Hug Paws. As the two McLarens actually going to go wheel to wheel, side by side, down into turn 2. Juvenile down the inside, looking to get the move done. The modern day McLaren versus the McLaren Shadow, as I believe it's called. Looking to get it done, and it's done absolutely beautifully. 71 overtaking 37. Doug Paws still just chilling. Juvenile right there, followed by Hushed Webb. Sabre, who is not having the best of times. So, not having the best of times is Hushed Webb or Sabre. So, we'll have to wait and see what will happen there as Bandolo rounds out the top 10. He's currently sat P10, and he has actually made a pit stop, so he does not need to stop again. Pat Winner still trying to make his way up the field, though. as Steve is awake, is his next target to overtake. As we see, I believe that is the BMW of BMW coming out of the pit lane to get in the way of Steve is awake. But of course, even if you got blue flags, you don't have to let them pass them like in Formula 1. They have to pass you themselves. Which honestly is something they should introduce into Formula 1, I believe. As Steve is awake, still trying to get past BMW, but he won't have to worry because he can just chill. But one thing he will have to worry about is Iron Pyron trying to get away from him. Top 8 still needing to make their mandatory pit stops with 7 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in this Grand Prix. As Luis Vasquez just chilling right now, still needs to make a pit stop. Number 24 on the car, just chilling up there as Richie still trying to chase down Baz. This chase has lasted the entire race. It looked like he was going to be close to get on that podium, but then he made that error through turn 1, and it was absolute mayhem. But of course, actually, I say that, he's going to get a run and he gets the move done. Oh no, wait, that was a lapped car. I'm an idiot. Oh well. As actually Baz will pull it into the pit lane in the Ferrari. So will Steve is awake, actually bringing his BMW into the pit lane. So of course, when drivers pull their car into the pit lane, means they are going to fill up with fuel. As actually we go to Pat Winner, he goes off the track. That opens up the door for the man who was actually lapped by him, as Luis Vasquez we see doing a bit of off-roading right there. Still need to make a pit stop. So does Richie, Alpi and Eresh. As 9 laps into this race, Eresh is still leading this Brands Hatch race in the Open Series. As it's going to go down and we're going to go through. It looks like we're going to get to about 20 laps of this beautiful circuit. Bit of a rear end slip right there for Airfresh, but having absolute domination right there. 3-second gap to Alpi, but a 15-second gap to Richie. As Richie gets past Tushed Webb right there, so lapping another car. As Luis Vasquez looks to get the move done as well on that lap car, or maybe he will dive into the pit lane. He will in fact stay out, so does Pyron. What about Pat Winner? Will Pat Winner decide it's time for his pit stop, or will he decide, nah, you know what, I'm going to stay out a bit longer and wait for those guys to do the pit stops? As we see that Lamborghini getting taken over by Ferrari, and Pat Winner, I think he heard me, he pulls it into the pit lane and he will be going for his splash and dash. As Pox, who is actually, I believe, is retired, and Dash still need to make their pit stops. But yeah, I believe Pox is retired. Oh! As Dash actually gets spun around.
We are halfway through, keep pushing.
As Kai had a stop and go penalty for 30 seconds. I don't know if he's actually served it or not. Yes, he has. As we are now halfway through this race. Carl Charles having a race earlier on today. He's now in the Ferrari, and he's going to be going around this beautiful circuit. As actually into the pit lane it goes Pat Winner. In fact, he was already in the pit lane. I'm a goddamn idiot. As he is in the Ferrari, he's just sat there. I have no idea what he's doing. Is he getting a tyre change as well? Is he getting a car wash? As top 5 only drivers who need to make a pit stop, as Eresh, Alpi and Richie are yet to pit. Neither does... What about Luis Vasquez? Luis Vasquez comes into the pit. What about Piran? Piran does not. So Luis Vasquez coming in to make his pit stop to go for some good old fuel. And if you tell America that they got fuel, they'll come knocking on your door. As Badalo trying to get past Derek's, actually. It's going to be quite interesting to see what will happen here. No, it's not. That is somebody else. I'm an idiot. I'm a goddamn idiot. As actually we see somebody coming into the pit lane. As the cameraman can't keep up with Airfresh, who actually has the fastest lap of this race, as he's going to go and lap another car. So it just shows This man right here, he's on a stonker. As Alpi, not far behind him to be fair, only 4 seconds. So one mess up could mean the difference. Airfresh does not come into the pit lane, neither does Alpi. What about Richie or Piran? Will Piran or Richie come in? We'll have to wait and see, as Bulbasaur is getting lapped. What position is Bulbasaur in? As he is in P24. Yeah, he's currently sat P24. Piran, is he going to come into the pit lane? No, he's not. Richie also stays out. Mel, what the hell? You all saw that, right? What the hell? What the hell was that? Up. As we just see the Porsche going straight off. He's having fun. As Iron Piru is looking to just continue on with his race as needs be. Baz in the Ferrari. Just chilling. But maybe he can't chill for long as he's got Derek's behind him. So this is going to be interesting. 0.6 gap between these two. Same between Luis Vasquez and Juvenile. So we will wait and see what is happening here, as actually 0.2 second gap further down the grid as Zari trying to get past the driver in front. Actually trying to get a run on him here. I had a bit of a yawn right there in the middle of that sentence. My apologies. Derek's looking to get the move done maybe as they head down the hill, gaining a bit of extra speed, but that Ferrari just seeming to have that extra pace on the straights. But maybe it won't have to last for long as a lap car is up ahead, which could hold up for Ferrari and give Derek's the advantage. Both of these drivers have also made their pit stop, with the top 4 the only people yet to pit, as it's 0.3 second gap between these guys, and it really comes into question who is going to get the advantage as they head now down through the penultimate corner, heading down to the final corner. Who's it going to be? Who's going to get the advantage and get that final spot inside of the top 5? As Derek's kind of just having a chill time right now. He's going to head down into turn 1. I don't know why I'm putting an American accent. I guess it's because it's South Carolina. Honestly, right. Honestly, this is what happens when it's later on at night. Down the inside of a lap car goes the Ferrari. So does Derek's. Glow Stakes just letting him past, not wanting to get caught up in that and cause any incidents. Derek's still trying to chase down. Baz. But realistically, that doesn't look like anything's going to happen. Juvenile takes advantage as Luis Vasquez goes off the track. I believe that was Luis Vasquez. Yeah, Luis Vasquez went off the track, meaning that Juvenile would get the advantage. And that would be Juvenile up another place. As Baz kind of just still chilling there. As we go towards the leader. Still hasn't made a pit stop. Near as LP. As actually Richie does. Piran does not come in though. So it will come down to how quick Richie can get this pit stop done. And how quickly it will be done. I have no idea why I repeated that, but I did. As there we go, Richie has now got his mandatory pit stop out of the way as Iron Piran has come round, and he is currently just trying to scythe his way through the field. BMW in front of him. BMW in the BMW. Honestly, love to see it, as it's going to come down to whoever has the advantage. As BMW lets Piran pass. Pat Winner might also do the same. You see Bulbasaur there in the back. Show Slinked. Honestly, I haven't been showing Slinked because he's kind of in no man's land right now. But one thing, well, I said it wasn't no man's land. Now he's gone off the track and he's lost positions. I'm trying to keep an eye on my areas which have a chance of a battle going on. Speaking of which, Luis Vasquez and Steve is awake. Steve is awake, unlike half of my goddamn body. As you see a lap car getting overtaken further back. Juvenile there on the leaderboard on the left hand side. Top 3 still need to make a pit stop. Luis Juvenat as Luis Vasquez still trying to get the advantage and get it done, as we're going to try keep an eye on everything, but it's a bit more tricky as Pat Winner looking to get a move done maybe. Bulbasaur is ahead and it looks like he will be the one, as actually we got an interesting one right here maybe. Nope. As Wilski looking to get a move. You want me to show him? I'll show him getting goddamn overtaken maybe. As actually Wilski trying to go for it. It may have worked, but he didn't have enough speed on the exit. Looking for the switch back down the inside at the final corner maybe. Will not work. He's going to have to try again, either down into turn 1 or down into turn 2. That's going to allow for Nen to start to catch up to these two. That's the thing. You start the battle, you're going to lose time. As actually, as Derek's trying to catch up to Baz. Not Baz, Bandolo, as actually Derek's has gotten past, as the timing board is yet to update unless both of these drivers are just absolutely stonkers and they're absolutely lapped. As, yep, there we go, Derek's and Bandolo, they have now been swapped on the timing board. Derek Paws and Luis Vasquez. Derek Paws and Richie actually, maybe. As, screen, please show them. As, what the hell? My guy went under the map. What the there? Okay, this is why I love online league racing, because like you just get glitches like that, which honestly don't do anything, but like they're just funny to watch. As we're gonna try keeping out everything, is actually one of the leaders, one of the top 3 comes in. That will be Ian Piran, who has actually come into the pit lane. He has come in for his fuel, and now you gotta wonder what will the top 2 do. As actually the top 2, quite interesting question right now. What will the leader come into the pit lane to go and get any fuel? Which we've got 6 minutes left in the race, which yes he does. And I believe off experience Alpi will also come into the pit lane. I'm going to eat my words. As Eresh comes into the pit lane, he will have time to fuel up, as Doug Paws trying to get past Richie right now. Sorry I missed this overtake from before. And it is quite an interesting one as drivers ahead picking up the... Fair enough, mate. If it's your friend, obviously you want to see him. But like, honestly, sorry, I'm just like, if I do sound a bit bad, it's because I am very bunged up from earlier today. So yeah, it was negative degrees and I'm not used to it. What? You have to sub for requests? Seriously? Fair, I'm on Xbox, so I don't think it would even work. I'm on Xbox, mate, so I don't think it would work. As Doug Paws looking to get the move done, maybe down into turn 1. They're going to go wheel to wheel, side by side. Maybe looking for a bit of contact. Something happened like this before, but it doesn't work. Doug Paws gets the move done. As actually, off goes... who was that? That was a Ferrari, and he's not having the best time. As actually Bandolo trying to get past Derek's. 2 Porsches going wheel to wheel, side by side, maybe down the inside. Does not work. No, trying to get yourself. Honestly, this is the thing. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for that. But like, honestly, if people want to sub, they can sub. But I'm not going to force it. Because, honestly, my goal is to go pro commentary one day. Twitch is kind of just like the thing what I do for, you know, commentary right now. So like, if people want to sub, they can sub. But at the moment, they've got like no perks. Like, I don't have a Discord or anything. So like, if people want to sub, they can sub, and it is greatly appreciated. But like, don't feel like forced to sub, guys. Like, if you want to sub, you can sub, but like, there's no perks right now. So if you wanna, you can, but it's up to you. I'm not gonna force you. I'm just an 18-year-old from the north of England who decides to do commentary for a living. Not really. I study travel and tourism at college, but like, you know, I'm just an 18-year-old Twitch streamer from the northwest of England who just likes doing commentary. I like doing commentary, playing Minecraft and playing Pokemon. Like, that's what I like doing. As what a drift there. As finally Alpi comes into the pits. Jesus Christ. Apologies about that. That was the second time I've accidentally unplugged my controller. As Baz currently P2, 25 seconds behind the leader. As Derek's currently trying to hold off Bandolo. As Bandolo trying to get the move done and maybe get up onto that podium. Which, honestly, who wouldn't mind a podium? Nothing wrong with a podium, but he's only got 2 minutes 40 left. But he's only got 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to do it. So, if you want to get your moves done, lads, you might want to do them a bit quicker. Yeah, this is the thing when having somebody from the northwest of England on commentary. We kind of just have, like, no filter. We just if we're going to tell people, like, oh yeah, like, hurry up, then we mean hurry up. We got no filter. But honestly, I feel like that's better. Everything should be realistic, and people should tell the truth. You don't like somebody, be honest. You know, I don't know why I'm giving life advice at 18. I guess that's what happens when you have a therapist friend. Oh well. As actually, hello, Wilski may get overtaken here. 0.3 second gap between the two Porsches. 77 versus 688. Wilski versus Oscar. Oh, Oscar Piastri. Hey. As actually Derek's trying to all over the Baz of that, all over. Well, he's not all over him. Still, is that Derek? Oh yeah, that is Baz. So realistically, this is turned from a battle for P1. Well, this is turned from a battle for P3 to a battle for P2. As Bandolo may actually get the move done here. He's going to get the slipstream. He's going to get the line. He may even get it down into turn 1, but it doesn't look like it. These drivers trying to go right at each other. As Baz and Derek's, the game is just decided to be a bit annoying. As the race will end, as the checker flag will fall in 45 seconds. So it's going to come down to it, and it looks like it's going to be these final laps as you see an overtake just there in the future. Sorry I missed that. As as Keelosaurus just got overtaken by Pat. As actually this is going to hold him up. As actually down the inside goes Derek's. Oh! Contact between Bandolo and Derek's, I believe. As Baz actually might have caused that, and that is Derek's hopes and dreams down the gutter as he got overtaken by Bandolo. Richie now going to take advantage. He's going to go around the outside at the turn I can never remember the number of, because I can't be asked counting them. And I can't be asked counting them on the maps. As Doug Pauls, he's going to go down the inside and he will get the move done. So Derek's went off track, loses position. In fact, he only lost 1 position at first. Now he's lost 3. Derek's not having the best race as Eresh is now on the final lap of the Brands Hatch Grand Prix. I don't know why I said it in that accent, but I did. Get used to it, I'm from the north. Anyways, coming down towards the penultimate corner, it looks like it's going to be like this. As the leader is on the final lap, that'll be Eresh. He has done 21 laps of this amazing Grand Prix. Absolute domination. Pole converted into the win. As Bandolo is still there. As Baz currently there. Keelosaurus is between Bandolo and Baz. So what we'll do is go over to Eresh. And we will go on board with him. As you see this man right here, he has gone and absolutely dominated this race. He's going to come around the penultimate corner now, and he's going to go down towards the final corner. And as long as he doesn't mess this up, which I'm incredibly bummed up, so I have no idea how I'm still doing this. Yellow flag is up ahead. What a move down the inside. He's going to come across the line. It will be Eresh who wins in Brands Hatch in the open race series, and he does a spin into the gravel for good measure. Do a cool down lap, mate, you deserve it. as we're now going to focus on what is happening all over the rest of the grid. This ain't the best camera angles. That's what we wanted. As Baz crosses the line, he'll come on P2. And what about Bandolo? Bandolo will finish on the podium, P3. As Ricky comes across the line, P4. Doug Paws comes across the line, P5. There it's P6. Luis Vasquez, decent race for him. He'll come across the line and finish P7. Stephen is awake, will come across the line to finish P8. Saber P9, and Slinked will come across the line as long as he doesn't mess it up in P10, rounding out your top 10. What a race from all these drivers, and honestly, gotta give them props. Gotta give them props as they don't do a cooldown lap. They've just retired into the pit lane. Thank you very much. Please do a cooldown lap. It's more entertaining for the stream. But that is your top 10. Erish, Baz, Bandolo, Ricky, Doug's Balls, Derek's, Luis Vasquez, Steve, Saber, and Slinked rounds out the top 10. It's then Zeri, Wolski, BMW, Shaken, Keelosaurus, Pat Winner, Hushed Web, Nemitz, Diablik, and Iron Pyron will come home P20. It's then Auras, Kai, Pexto, Fella, Carl Charles, Mix, Man, Dash, and Poxona will come home to finish the grid. And I must say, that has been one hell of a race. Obviously, I have been bunged up this evening, so I do apologise that I could not give it my best. I do apologise for not screaming as much as I usually would if you watch my other commentary on VF1. But you know, I have been bunged up and I have tried my best, so hopefully you did all enjoy the commentary. I believe I am broadcasting tomorrow for the first race, so I will see you all then. Thank you for tuning in. As are we still waiting for Piran to come across the line? Yes, we are. We're just waiting for Piran to come across the line, then I can end stream, because we want all the people across the line. We'll let Piran do his thing. Even though he finished 2 laps behind. No hate to him, though, as he won't even be able to come across the line. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. I believe I'm back tomorrow to do another commentary on another league race. Thank you for everybody who has followed this evening, especially you, Ferdinand. Thank you for the follow just this minute. And I have been Zalexi. I'm probably going to go to bed and hopefully feel better tomorrow. But thank you for tuning in. This has been XCL. This has been Brands Hatch. Good night.